Picture this Monday night in Pittsburgh, prime time, stadium lights bouncing off terrible towels, the Dolphins warming up on one sideline, the Steelers on the other. Cameras are locked on the quarterbacks, the big-name receivers, the star pass rushers. But a few yards behind the main spotlight, there's number 60, Dylan Cook, quietly going through his stance, his footwork, his hand placement, as if every imaginary rep is just as real as the ones on game day. That's the guy we're talking about tonight. Not the flashy first-rounder, not the pro bowler with the mic in his face, but the lineman who has fought through practice squads, injuries, cuts and comebacks just to still be in this building, still in this uniform, still one snap away from being thrown into the fire. The big question is simple. Will Dylan Cook actually see the field against the Dolphins? And if he does, how much can he really change for the Steelers? Let's start with one huge point that gets lost in all the depth charts and injury reports. He is fully healthy right now. In December in the NFL, that alone is a weapon. This is a guy who's already been through the ugly side of football, the rehab, the uncertainty, the conversations where a team tells you, we're letting you go, but stay ready. A lot of players never mentally bounce back from that. Cook did. He stayed in shape, stayed locked in, and worked his way back to a point where today he isn't just available. He's one of the few big bodies on this roster who can honestly say, I feel good, I'm ready. And that matters because this Steelers offensive line has not had a smooth ride. You've had guys banged up, guys shuffled around, some weeks where it felt like every drive brought a new combination up front. When that happens, your season starts depending on players who used to just be names at the bottom of the screen. That's exactly where Cook steps in. If he's elevated again and gets a helmet, he instantly becomes more than just depth. He becomes the insurance policy that might save a drive, a quarter, maybe even the game. Think about the matchup. Miami brings speed, movement, and pressure. They love to attack your edges, force your tackles into uncomfortable sets, and create those oh-no moments where a play dies before it even starts. You don't survive that with pure talent alone. You need preparation, poise, and a nasty streak. Cook has that mix. When he's on the field, he doesn't look like a guy playing scared or trying not to make a mistake. He looks like someone who has already seen the worst, and now he's just playing ball. When you've been cut, waived, hurt, and brought back, a third and 8 against a fast edge rusher doesn't feel like the end of the world. It feels like another rep you've been waiting years to take. Physically, he's built exactly how you draw up a modern tackle. Long, strong, big frame, and just enough athleticism to get out in space when the Steelers want to run wide or set up screens. In the run game, that's huge. Imagine a fourth-quarter drive where Pittsburgh wants to lean on Najee and Jalen, wants to test whether Miami's front really wants to tackle for 4 straight minutes. A healthy, hungry Dylan Cook on the edge is the kind of guy who can cave in one side of the line, help create that crease, and turn a basic run call into a statement. Those are the plays that change the feel of a game, the ones where the defense stands up from the pile, a little slower because they've been hit by a fresh 300-plus-pound man who hasn't taken 60 snaps yet. In pass protection, his calling card is using his length and patience instead of panic. Miami's pass rush loves to give you that first fake, then counter back inside or convert speed to power. Young or nervous linemen will lunge, grab, and basically beat themselves. Cook's whole story is built on not panicking. He's taken thousands of scout team reps against NFL athletes. He knows he can't win every snap by being the quickest. He wins by being steady, by getting his hands inside, by making rushers run through a lot of man to get to the quarterback. If he's on the field, his job is simple. Keep the edge clean, keep the pocket from collapsing from the outside, and give his quarterback those extra beats that separate a check down from a shot play. But maybe the most important part of this whole conversation is his mentality. You don't go from small school quarterback to NFL offensive tackle without a slightly unhinged level of belief and work ethic. You don't survive being waived, injured, and bounced around unless you're wired differently. Every snap he gets is personal. Every call that puts him in the huddle is proof that all those lonely days in the weight room and all those practice reps when nobody was watching actually meant something. That's the kind of energy that can wake up a sideline. You see a guy like that get in the game, and it reminds everyone else what they're playing for. That edge, that chip on his shoulder, is exactly what the Steelers' identity has always claimed to be about. This fanbase knows it better than anyone. Real Steelers football wasn't built only on stars and highlight plays. It was built on linemen and grinders, on dudes who showed up on Sundays and made life miserable for the guy across from them. Dylan Cook fits that blueprint perfectly. He doesn't need a hype package or a slogan, he just needs snaps. And right now, unlike a lot of guys in week 15, he's in a spot where his body can actually handle those snaps. That's something the coaches should not ignore. So what should the Steelers do with him against the Dolphins? If they're smart, they won't treat him like an emergency-only option. Yes, he's the next man up if somebody goes down, but they can do more than just wait for disaster. They can actually lean into the fact that he's healthy and ready right now, work him into heavy sets, put him on the field in jumbo packages, give him a drive where the whole mentality is, we're running behind 60 and we're daring them to stop it. Not only does that help wear down Miami's front, it also builds Cook's confidence and chemistry with the rest of the line before the game is on the line, instead of asking a cold backup to suddenly play hero. From Cook's side, this game is one of those turning points you don't always recognize in the moment. He doesn't control whether he starts. He doesn't control if his number is called in the first quarter or the last 2 minutes. What he can control is how ready he is the second someone yells, "Cook, you're in." That means having the snap count in his head, the protection rules on his tongue, the rushers, tendencies already studied, and the nerves already burned off in warm-ups. It means treating every series he's not playing like a live rehearsal, watching the defensive fronts, timing the cadence, feeling the rhythm of the game so that when he steps on the field, it doesn't feel new, it feels overdue. Will he definitely play against the Dolphins? That's going to come down to injuries, last-minute decisions, and what the coaches see during the week. But here's the bottom line for Steelers fans. If his name is on that active list, you should feel good about it. This isn't just a random practice squad body. This is a fully fit, battle-tested, hungry lineman who finally got his foot in the door and is trying to kick it wide open. And if Pittsburgh is serious about making a real push late in the season, they can't afford to overlook guys like that. So when you settle in to watch that game, keep an eye on the sideline. Look for number 60. Look at how locked in he is between series, how he stays close to the line coach, how he shadows the starters, how he's always one step away from the huddle. Because if at some point you see him jog onto the field, that might be the start of one of those classic Steelers stories you end up telling years from now. The one about the unknown tackle who got his shot on a Monday night, held the edge when it mattered, and made the coaches realize that sometimes the most important player on the field is the one nobody was talking about before kickoff. And quietly, that might be the real storyline tonight.
Your story's been pretty well documented now. I mean, NAIA quarterback, transfer to FCS, work as a tackle. I mean, to get onto a 53 after a year in a practice squad, what's this journey been like for you, and what does it mean?
It means a lot. It means a lot. There's been a lot of good people along the way. As far as the journey, it's just another step in what I really had planned for myself. And, I had really high ambitions.